So right now I am using the DJI mic Mini 2. So I got the mic Mini 2. It's about I got it um, on a discount because there's a promo in Lazada, I guess, and it's 1,000 pesos off. So I got it for like 3,100 pesos. That would be, I think, the same SRP overseas, but you know, almost still a little bit lower. But yeah, I got this with one transmitter and one this I think this is the transmitter and the receiver, and it finally fits my phone because this one I actually have this. It's good, but some issues I had with this was the when I talk, like if I attach this on my shirt, it doesn't pick up my voice that well, even with the transmitter and receiver attached. And then also the receiver, for some reason, if your case is a little thicker, like the one that I'm using right now for my phone, it's a little bit thicker, you can't attach this because it's really like the design itself, um, it's not friendly with thick cases. You gotta make sure that the lower part of your case is either bare or very thin. And because I speak in my non-native language, so sometimes I kind of spurt out air, kind of breathe too hard, and yeah, you can hear it when I talk. But it can be solved with the the furry thing that you attach on the mic, and I do have one for this, but you have to put it in this um, millimeter jack. But it's kind of like a hassle that you have to put it in here instead of you can just you have to take this out and put that separately, instead of you can just attach it, and then when you need to use it, you can just take it out with the wind furry thing already on it. And yeah, but I'm still going to use it, but this is going to be used for my other devices. But the DJI mic Mini 2, the new one, is going to be my main mic moving forward. And I really like the case because although it's going to be a little bit snag, you can already like attach the furry windbreaker thingy on the mic, and it still fits inside. It's a little bit space. Yeah, it does have a lot of space in there, and you can also put the magnet that you can attach on your clothes instead of using the clip. And of course there's a space for the receiver, so it's a pretty what you say, mobile, packable. And it also comes with a tiny bag if you just want it to be really, really safe. So yeah, this is what I just recently bought, and I'm actually testing this out, making sure that the sound works well. So today, yeah, I was, I had this project in mind that, well, I'm currently working and actually currently printing it. It's a spice rack for our kitchen because our kitchen is not as that organized compared to my desk. And I'm just talking about my desk. And it's not, my desk is not super organized, but it works well within what I needed it to do. And I want to slowly custom organize our kitchen because every kitchen has its own its needs. And so far, I've um, if you've seen my previous vlog, I made a shelf above the a mini IKEA Scottish shelf that organize some of the stuff on the top of our microwave. So it's a little bit cleaner now because I'm able to use the vertical space. And I want to do that the same to do the same for our spices and herbs and spices and all that. And I want to use the vertical space as well. So instead of it standing up like this, I want it to get have all the spices stuck up this way, so they could go on top of each other. So I can maximize the space more instead of just them standing up and not being able to use the rest. And of course, so at the same time, it doesn't just go around the shelf, so it just stays in place in one area. And um, this I created a sketch, like the initial sketch. So this is our shelf. As you can see, it's not it's not the most organized thing, as you can see, because it's just standing like on the shelf. Whenever you use something, you just the other spices, the other herbs just get pushed behind the other bottles, and you just forget that it actually exists. So what I want is them stuck in this manner. It's stuck up in this manner, in this way. And then I'm going to print some stickers. Reprint also, of course, you can reprint the stickers whenever you get like a new bottle or something that are labeled, so you always know that you have those specific spices already available to you, very easy to see and very easy to organize. And of course, I already made the measurements and all that. And originally, I wanted to create like I can start in one row. I can have like 4 bottles of spices, but my printer, my 3D printer is, as you, if you've seen my last vlog, it's just small. It's the smallest one because we have limited space, as I mentioned before. So even if I decided to like go horizontally to print it's not gonna work. So I can only fit about 3 bottles per row, and that's what I'm doing. And yeah, I'm currently printing it. This is what it looks like. So over there, and I'm actually um, recording the time lapse as well, and I'll insert here after this. And yeah, the design is so I'm sorry about the weird upward angle, but this is the design that I came up. This is the design that I did in Tinkercad, of course, because it's really simple and very easy to use. So it can fit 3 bottles. So I had this half hole on a slight 3-degree angle, so it's not too flat. The lower part will be around this place, around this area. So when you put the bottles, it won't just pop out because it has a slight angle. So the gravity will do its thing. And then if you're wondering why I put this hose here, it's just so to save some filament, I guess. And yeah, kind of like a design of sorts. I actually need to adjust this particular one to be a bit bigger for future use. But you know, I've already imported it here on the Bamboo Studio app. So I already imported it here. So I already saved it. So if I need to reprint it, then I'll just open this up and reprint it. I had to resize this in Bamboo to be a bit bigger because my first print, although it printed successfully, the size was the size was smaller than how I originally measured it. So these are the bottles that I'm going to be putting this in, and this is the first print. I had to reuse it because I don't want to waste what a successful print. And as you can see, it's too small. So it's not gonna work. So this one over here is the first successful print in the correct size. And this is like the fourth attempt. The first one was the smaller one. The second one, I didn't use a PETG tube for the filament, and it got wrapped around the spool for some reason, like over there. So before, I don't want to use the PETG tube because the first time I did use it, the filament got stuck. But this time I had to use it because I don't know why, but this green colored filament just wraps around this area, and it kind of destroyed two attempts of my print. And this is one of them, but I didn't want to throw it because now I'm using it like something to make sure that my first print is the correct one. And yeah, that is how it's gonna work. So it fits with a little bit of space. It fits perfectly. And what I plan is to add labels here, so it's easier to know that this is actually a garlic powder. And you know, you can see everything in a glance. So there's going to be other, I need to print like 4 of this, so I'm doing the second print now. So I need to print 2 more each each shelf. Yeah, each shelf, it takes about let me see. It's not here anymore. But from what I remember, we okay, I can't find where it's indicated. But from what I remember, okay, it's not there yet. But the print takes about 100 grams of filament. So for 100, half kilos of filament to print all 4 shelves. And yeah, I still have a lot of filaments anyways, and the whole point of me getting this filament is to use them, so I'm going to use them. And I went with the cream color, so it kind of matches the bottles, so it doesn't look too out of place. I think it looks cool. And although I added some latches here, yeah, so you can put them on top of each other. although it might slide around, but the whole idea is so that it is a little stable. But once I've printed all four, I might glue them, because what's the whole point of, I might just glue them. So yeah, now I'm going to design the stickers, um, because my mornings are now dedicated to personal projects, so that later I'm just going to finish this, preparing them all for print. So um, yeah, I can finish this morning and just do my usual freelance work in the afternoon until the evening. I will update once everything is done. So I've finished the printing all the four shelves that I need, and I ended up using the half finished one, because it is still kind of useful and it fits perfectly. I did add some glue, mighty bonds. I don't know what is the exact what you call it, like generic name for the mighty bonds. We just call it mighty bond here in the Philippines because of the brand. But yeah, ah, okay. I use super glue to make sure that this don't move around too much, like the unfinished one here. But even without the super glue, it is still pretty stable as long as you don't move it around. If you're just going to put in like your bottles of herbs, it's easy access. Now the thing is, some groceries don't have the McCormick bottles anymore, and I created these mini spice and herbs shelves specifically for McCormick bottles. As you can see, it fits perfectly. But the nearest grocery that we have now, they mostly sell Meadows bread, which is kind of square, and I did try to put this put it that way, but if I use it on the second shelf, see, it doesn't fit anymore. It's fine on top but not underneath, because I measured it perfectly for this specific bottle. Hopefully they would restock um this, but if just in case they really don't have the bottles anymore, they do have refills, so I guess it saves more money if you just buy the refills and just use the same bottle. Which, as you can see, I also added labels, so at glance you can know which herbs and spices they are, except for this one. This is cayenne, yeah, this cayenne pepper. I I wasn't able to make the label for it because I didn't know that we have cayenne pepper. And like I've said before, the problem was that the reason why I made this solution is because when they are stacked this way, they end up covering the other bottles. So you have no idea what bottle or what spice or herbs it is that are in the back, un- unless you rummage through the bottles and look at it. And sometimes either you're too lazy or you're too busy to do that, and you or sometimes no, most of the time you just forget that it actually exists because you don't see it a lot. So this way, you already have an idea. And you will also notice that we have two parsley flakes, which is also the reason why it is important to have it stored this way, because we made a mistake to buy two bottles of parsley flakes. because we didn't know we already have it, or we just forgot about it because it's been quite a while. And now, as you can see, it looks more organized compared to the one I've shown you in the pictures where I had conceptualized the idea, of creating this solution. I wasn't able to record the initial concept or process or whatever, but right now I'm printing a mannequin head so that I could take better pictures of the crochet stuff that I made that I wasn't able to make any or take pictures of correctly because I don't really want to post for the camera. I don't feel like I give the crochet stuff that I did some justice to showcase them or whatever. And yeah, so I thought that maybe um, get a mannequin head, and then when I look at some shops, online stores, I'm not really entirely convinced of how the mannequin looks, because you can only like do one stuff, and that is like use it for I don't know, hats, beanies, and maybe wig. But um, I needed my mannequin to do three things. So one is be able for me to showcase the beanies that I made, or any prop pocket hats that I made. And then I also need something to show off the earrings, and then the scrunchies. And I don't want to buy a wig. And of course, because it's a wig, you need like the hair strand could get stuck on the scrunchies, and we don't want that if I want to sell it. So instead, maybe something to hang the scrunchies on. So let me show you the this is the design that I did. So yeah, so it's a very simple circular head with like a fake ear, obviously. And this is where you can put on any ponytails and not and whatnot. And of course, you can put on the beanie or any hat that you like. So as you can see, it has a hole for the earrings. And if you can see in the 3D model over there, it also um I guess I'm not sure yet. We'll see when it's done, but hopefully it's the right size, because I just eyeballed everything. And yeah, this it is very like geometric, very simple shape, like just a spear with a tube, and then you know it's not really a head, but it's enough to, I don't know, just have the let it's okay. Wait a minute. Pressure printing. Okay. So yeah, it paused because originally I was planning to make this mannequin as well in multicolors. You can notice that the bottom part is navy, and then it's blue. And then what I really wanted is the colors to be similar to my bag, so it should be blue, yellow, green, and red. As for the reason is because aside from me needing the mannequin, I also like to kind of practice, or maybe study, or get to know my printer more, and tried changing colors when I'm printing. I don't have an AMS unit, because I don't have space, and of course budget reasons. And so I wanted to do it manually, because the idea is you only need to unload the filament and then load the filament and then resume printing. So you pause, you unload the previous filament, and then load the new one, and then resume printing. And I also made sure that there are like, you know, areas where the printing is going to pause. But when I did my first change of colors, you can see that the unload and load filament got stuck in the screen, and even if I press retry, it's not doing anything. It's nothing's happening. Maybe it's a bug from the latest update. I'm not sure. So I'm going to, when this is done, I'm going to reset this and try to update if there are any firmwares that needed to be updated, or maybe my app. I'm not sure. But note to self that I can only do one change of color for now. Um, that will be the safest bet, or just do one color at a time. And if I wanted multicolors, then I would just need to print them separately, and that will be the safest. And yeah, so we will see how this, when this is done, we'll see how usable this very geometric head mannequin, that it's not a head, you know. We'll see. So it's done, and this is the head mannequin. As you can see, it works perfectly. So I haven't tried a beanie yet, but as you can see, the earring. So this is a fake geometric ear that fits like dangling earring. I haven't tried like a stud yet, but it's perfect. And then behind is where we showcase the scrunchies that we make. So yeah, and this is how we look if we like take it off. This is my scrunchie I just made today, but this is for personal use. But for example, so I have something that I, sorry. So for example, this one, this is something I just made. See, perfect, right? So if I want to take pictures, I just put it in here, and we already have like um a mannequin that has a tiny bulb here to put in the scratches in. You don't, because it's um fits perfectly. Like this is like a fake bun, so it's easier to see how it looks. And we don't really want to stretch the scrunchie, but if we want to show something that like adds like a ponytail, we do it this way. It will still work. Yeah. So that's one. Let's try a beanie. Hold on. So I have a beanie here that I've done like last year. Let's try this out. We have to remove this first, and then also remove the earrings. On the other side, remove the earrings. Oh, it works. Awesome. So this is for the beanie. Maybe we just need to, that's for the beanie. So it works as well. And then if we let's try this bonnet hat. This is a really old one. I also made this for myself. So yeah, it also kind of works, although we do need to, if we're going to take pictures, we might need to raise it up a bit, but yeah, it works. Now, if I have to critic my own work, this is pretty 10 to 10 because I'm trying to not make it too tall, and because this is the maximum height that my printer can print. I've also used the wrong support. I made it the support to just touch the plate, but like um I should have been fine with creating a support that touches it, especially the interior. The interior is hollow. There's like a lot of wasted filament, to be honest, but thankfully it was able to close up and holds really strong. But yeah, and I should have thought it at first that since the knob is around this area, I could have made this like something I can created a thread, and you can actually open this part. Wish I could have thought that sooner. Maybe on the next version of this, I will do that. I will make some improvements. So like create a threaded opening here, something that you can like a screw cap or something, so you can open this and maybe use it as like a container, probably where you can put a lot of scrunchies that you made or something. But yeah, and I'm pretty proud for something I made for the first time. I'm really really happy with how this turned out. Now, if you are kind of curious or interested with this particular style of head mannequin, something you can also put earrings on. Let's try with a headset. So I have some headsets here. Let's try this one. Left, right. Yeah. We can do that too. Of course, it's not. But because we have fake ears, so it kind of works. Yeah, back to the hand. So of course this is a little bit small, so we do have some space here, but it can hold headphones as well. So this is one. Let me try my other headphone. It's like having toy. I wish I could make a fake hair, but the whole point is not to use fake hair to like demonstrate anything. So yep, I can push it further if you want to showcase like bonnet. Yep, yeah, that works. This is perfect. I love it. So yeah, so if you might be interested, let me know in the comments below, and if there would be enough interest in this kind of mannequin, um maybe I'll think about on how to be able to sell them, you know. And it won't cost us this is probably going to cost more than the mannequin head that you see on Shopee, because this takes 7 hours to print. It took us almost 8 hours, so 7 hours and 45 minutes, and took about like one fourth grams, one fourth of a kilogram, or so basically 250 grams of filament. So yeah, it kind of costs a lot. Let me ask chat GPT. So how much would this cost? So so if I print a 250 grams bamboo filament PLA for about 7-8 hours. How much would the production cost? 14 pesos. Let's ask ChatGPT how much it would cost, how much this costs to print. So the electricity uses about 10 pesos, and then the filament costs about 325 pesos. So yeah, this kind of uh, yeah. So the total production cost of this is around 350 pesos at max, 230 to 335 pesos. That would be the filament and the electricity. As for the modeling part, of course, I have to take that for account. So if I'm going to sell this, I might sell this for like 500 pesos. So yeah, I know it's kind of expensive um for a mannequin head, but it is very very useful. Nakakatakot naman itong mukha ng Argentina. So this is the owner headphone. This one kind of falls, but because we have fake ears, so it doesn't like completely falls off. So I think I got this wrong. Which yes, this should be this way. Yep. Yeah. You can use it to display headphones as well if you want. But that's not what this is made for. I intentionally created this to showcase like crochet products and all. But it also works because we have fake ears that can also hold earrings.